Now we're going to replace this inner boot. So first thing we need to do is get it clean. It's 22 millimeter. It's 11 millimeter with a nut here on the back side. That's velvet touch. It's copper. Don't see that often. That's 19. You're going to need a pickle fork. This is one size. I've got another size somewhere. I think this one's too wide. But that's what you're going to need next. I had to use this fork to pull that up. And if you don't have the right width, which I didn't, I've got another one but I couldn't find it, you'd run the risk of tearing that. So if you're careful and clean it with something like brake clean and scuff it up a little bit, put some silicone on it, pack some grease in there. Let it set. It'll usually hold. So to get this off, you also have to undo the bolt here. This runs through here. And so you undo that. Undo the brake caliper stuff. Okay. Of course, there's going to be a nut on the end of the axle. Bottom one is also 19. Alright, so then you can then move this, rotate this, and you can move it out of the way. And then you're to the boots. So cut the boot off. Take a dead blow hammer. You can use a hammer like that, but I'd use a block of wood in between. And smack that repeatedly, and it'll come off. See that clip there? No, there's a clip. When you slid this back on with the boot in place, you may have to compress that ring a little bit. You'll slide this on, and when it engages up here, you just take a small slotted screwdriver and wiggle each down as you're pressing this on. Push those down, it'll slide right on. I'm cleaning all this off with a cleaning dummy. You may want to as well. So pack lots of grease in there. Poke it way down in there and it'll squeeze it out to the edges and bring it back up through those bearings, okay? So if you're putting this metal band on, this is where you grab right in there and you'll push these together, and these will overlap this hook and that groove. It takes some doing. If you don't have those, you can use those heavy-duty black tie wraps, which is what I have to do on the second one. Okay, insert the axle back into the front transmission. Stick a rag through there and clean those axle splines off. So in this case, you just lift this out and rotate it over. And you'll put an angle in the shaft end here and it'll all fit together. Your Ferrari might be different. There's our caliper. Spacer. And then we got these two shoes right on either side here. And then we're going to push through this. Alright, so you got this bar, nice velvet touch brake pad, here's your spacer, put nut up here, should work. Make sure you clean that rotor off. Watch this gap as I rotate this. There we go. See right there? Touches. And this is more or less wiped clean, so it's been like that for, what, a year? There must be about 40 thousandths there. Very odd. So I loosened this nut and bolt and was able to lever this up. So the eccentricity is still there, but it'll never touch now. Well, she seems to be running. Another success story.